just chatting to him. He's just chatting to him on the bench.
I wonder if I'll get away with it. I wonder if I'll get away with it.
No. You might not deep in it. He was going to bring on Salah, yeah?
Look how much space is on the right-hand side, you man. What is this?
Oh, my.
This is a fucking
they're trying to get him sacked.
I'm done, bruv. I've got kids, bruv. It's a Friday. Why am I doing this? I'm done. Bye, man.
I listen. Nah, it's a wrap. Put the fries in the bag, by the way. Just let you know.
Brother, oh my goodness. No, man. He's looking right across the line. Dimwit, bro. Oh my God.
Cal's crashing out.
Bobby got someone right. Oh my God. For the life of me. For the life of me.
No. I'm fully crashed out. Hey, he was at home just watching the game.
He can laugh as much as you want, like a fraud. You can laugh.
يا حبيبي لا نسابقك والله العظيم I know you know. يا عم I have seen you have football conversations. Stop with the monologues. خلينا have a conversation for real.
No.
Hamza, do you think Semenyo? Hamza, do you think Semenyo is? Who would you? Yeah, Habibi, forget the fucking therapy. Arsenal fumbled.
And you've kept me here. 1 o'clock is 1:30. I've got work tomorrow.
Yeah, let's do super chats. Yeah, we spoke.
And you have said, and the whole show you have not said anything of a substance.
Because you're telling me shit things. Asana.
2 hours, you haven't said anything of a substance. We haven't gotten one sentence from you where we can actually discuss. Literally. Exactly.
What did you?
All right, mate. Please.
What did
You're
you
the
make?
biggest back of Arsenal. What are you gonna say today?
I praise.
Are you gonna congratulate us for being top of the league? Because you do every day show about Arsenal, guys. Arsenal, yeah.
Have you ever seen the film? Have you seen the film about the Air Jordans with
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Was that Cal?
Cal, you're right, bro.
No, you're good.
Has Cal just collapsed? Did the chair just give up on Cal?
What the hell?
Cal, you all right, mate?
Come on. Let me have a quick. Yeah, there we go. Come on. You lot see that? Yeah, you lot see that? Clean.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone.
Why is the intro 3 minutes fucking long now? It gets longer every week.
That intro was mad.
This is going to be about 10
You want
minutes.
to know why? You want to know why? Because Matt reminded me that I set up the stream at 1 instead of 12. So maybe some people were unaware. So me doing a long intro, so more people realize, oh shit, the stream's actually at 12. So I messed up. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to another stream, ladies and gentlemen. We are in the building and we're here to talk about Liverpool Football Club because we are back and we are alive. The bald fraud is gone. And we're here to discuss our lovely future after. You know, we're here to celebrate. We're here to have a great time, inshallah. Big up to all of you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. All the links to all the guys on the channel are in the description. Jamie's channel also is in the description, so please go give him a subscribe. And, you know, this is going to be one hell of a stream. This is going to be one hell of an episode. And, yeah, I'm wearing my Netherlands shirt. Out of respect for our former manager, because he's a Premier League champion. So I'm just respecting him.
I thought it was respect for Arne Slot.
Yeah, out of respect, guys. We're very respectful people over here.
Let's bear in mind, he's saying he's wearing a shirt out of respect for the man who he called a bald fraud a minute ago.
You know, Tom, you're Klopp out.
I was.
Yeah, you're Klopp out.
Mm-hmm.
So you've wanted both our previous managers out. At least I wasn't Klopp out. So where do we go from here?
I was right though, weren't I? You went.
No, you weren't right.
I was. I said he looked
the
tired.
level of, if you
he was
walk,
tired, it looked like it was time
if you stand outside in the streets of Liverpool, you will and you say that you wanted Klopp sacked, you know that you would get punched. Like, you know this. You know this as well. Am I lying? I ain't lying. You'd get punched up.
I mean, I said it in February 2023, and I did not get punched at any point afterwards.
Yeah, but you weren't Tom Little at the point. You
Oh,
weren't
right. I went.
Yeah. You weren't like the Tom Little that everyone knows. You were Little Tom at the time. Still, like, you were just. It's true, bro. At the time, you were a nobody. Now you're somebody. It's a good thing. It's not an insult, bro. Like, you made it. You know, you made it. You know, you're on TV now. You've done a lot of stuff. You've done a lot of activities, and people know you. You know, fraud. What's worse, Jordan Press versus Switzerland or Liverpool? What's worse is Zimbabwe. Where is your World Cup qualification, you bum? Anyone who says anything about my country, I'm going to use your country against you. You know, including whoever wants to come at me from the panel. Don't worry, there is a response for all of you. So,
hey, my country invaded everyone. So,
anyway, guys, like, subscribe. Let's go.
It just wasn't a good press. I've seen the video. It just wasn't a good press.
But we're not really a pressing team. I don't think we'll press at the World Cup. We will defend. We play a back three and we counter attack. But yeah, we will see. Don't worry. We're gonna make it out the groups. Mark my words. Algeria, we're coming for you, mate. We're coming for Algeria. Anyway, big up to all of you. Like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let's talk about Slot and Iraola kind of in the same section because it's very difficult to separate them. We'll get to the transfer bit in a bit. So let's just kind of focus in on the managers. And guys, if you notice, Matt is here for the first time in 2 months. So let's actually start with him. Hi, Matt. Welcome back to the channel. You know,
what's going on, bro? It's been a minute. And it's no coincidence that he got fired and I'm back. I'm just letting you know that there's no coincidence. I'm just letting you know. But no, all jokes aside, listen, it's good to be back as well. I've missed this show. Also, Hassan, because I've obviously congratulated you personally, but I want to congratulate you again. You know what I'm saying? As well in public. So congratulations to you and the missus, my bro. Big up each and every time to both of you. But let's talk about Arne Slot and how I think the whole world was shocked because not only did the news break on a Champions League final, the news broke and we were all thinking, is this actually real? Because I'll be honest, when it first broke, I didn't believe it. I actually thought it was a fake account from Fabrizio. I'm not even joking. I thought it was all fake, didn't believe nothing. And I looked at it again and I checked the followers and I was like, no, wait a minute. This is the real Fabrizio. He's actually gone. Even now, it still feels surreal because, again, throughout the how many months we've all believed that he was going to stay. A lot of us kept on saying, we're just going to have to put up with this manager. It seems like Liverpool are backing the manager. Players are leaving. It looks like they've picked the manager over the players. Lo and behold, Liverpool changed their mind last minute. And even the journalists, whether you believe them or not, I don't know what to believe anymore. But a lot of them were saying the information that was given to them was that he was staying. And I do believe that. The problem is, though, is that Liverpool are very good at deceiving people. They will deceive you. They will say what they want you to say. And this is why I feel like Liverpool potentially may have played a blinder. Because what they've done is that they made everyone think we was going to keep this manager. But they knew deep down they couldn't keep him. Look at the last day of the season. Boos around Anfield. Salah not playing the full game. You see Arne Slot slumped in the chair when the camera's looking at him. You could actually tell that he was looking like, I think I'm done here. But the reports after the game was, Liverpool still back him. And remember, he was still speaking about next season and preparations. And I genuinely believe up until Friday night, he believes he still had a job. I genuinely feel like he believes he still had a job. But Liverpool said, do you know what? We have to make this change.
By the way, I don't think they're lying. I think they sacked him at the review thing. I don't even think it's a lie.
Yeah, even that.
I think they made their mind up that morning, by the way.
How about this? I got told last week that he was going to get fired, but I didn't believe it, though. That's why I never spoke about it. I was like, bro, whatever. Because everyone, obviously, there's people that have contacts in X, Y, and Z, right? And I was
Yeah.
like, yeah, bro, I've heard of this before. But if you look at what everyone's saying, it looks like he's staying. However, the one thing that gave me a little bit of hope, even throughout how many months, was Fabrizio kept on talking about, there's going to be a review. There's going to be a review. And everyone else was like, I don't know about no review, but he's staying. Fabrizio was the only one. It's a bit like the Thiago thing. Fabrizio was the only one that went early with Thiago, and everyone else was like, nah. We ain't even made contact. Fabrizio was like, there's been contact. Thiago is literally on his way to Liverpool. So, bro, listen, I don't want to do the whole... It was a good day on Saturday, but I also want to be fair as well. I'm also going to say as well, yeah, I don't have a personal issue with the manager. You want to know why? Personally, I don't know him. So how can I hate him or something? I don't know him. One thing I will say is this: he won us the league when not many people even knew who he was, including myself. I didn't know who the hell he was. I didn't know about this Arne Slot brother, but he came into the league and won the league. And I think he surprised everyone, including literally all of the fan base. The problem is that the following year, he changed up too much. I understand there's mitigating circumstances, but the problem is the ideology wasn't there, and we could all see it, and we all lost faith in him, and so he had to go. So it was the right decision. But I just want to say though, no banter. Thank you for giving us a prem. We do actually appreciate it. I'm not gonna do the whole, you can just piss off. I'm not doing none of that stuff. I'm gonna show respect in it. That's just how I've been brought up in it. Respect to Arne Slot for giving us a league title. You had to go though, respectfully. You had to, because we realized that you're not the direction that you're going in doesn't align with us fans. It doesn't align. The football that you're trying to play is not the football that we want to see. The excuses that we're hearing, we don't want to hear. So you had to move on. So listen, man. Appreciate you, Arne Slot, man, for what you done winning a league title. Because I'll be real, it could have been so different, Hassam. Imagine in his first season, he done what he did this season. But it wasn't the case. He won the league title in his first year. We can't take that away from him. We can't. But the change was needed. I'm glad there's change at the football club. And I think from here on out, Liverpool fans can be optimistic again and get hope again. Because I feel like there's been a dark cloud over Anfield for a long time. A very, very long time. And I feel like that's been lifted now. And I'm glad to see it. But yeah, appreciate you, Arne Slot, for what you've done. We get everything's not your fault. You're just one human being. But we needed a change in direction. And I'm glad we've got that.
Yeah, fuck him. Do you know what I mean? Nah, fuck Slot, man. I don't care about his letter to the Liverpool fans and all that, all his bullshit. No, fuck him. Can't bother, man. It's obvious to me that Heitinga won us it was Heitinga who won us the league, not Slot. What I've been reading lately as well is that the players absolutely loved coaching under Heitinga, and when he left, it went shit tits up. The coaching went all wrong. So I'm looking at it now and going, Heitinga won that Premier League, not Slot, man. It was his coaching. Yeah, fuck Slot, man. Go and do something else, man. Go and do something else, and don't come back to Liverpool ever.
Okay.
Two sides of the coin there.
Two contrasting views.
Jesus Christ. I think I'm just.
Some people maybe don't know who Jamie Phillips is. If you don't know, get to know. Liverpool Chats TV in the description. To be honest, this is what I expect from Jamie anyway. If he did anything else, I'd be disappointed.
I'd actually say I'd actually say he's trolling if he was being nice. I'd say he's trolling.
Yeah, exactly. If he was nice, I would think something happened.
I'm just excited by the news that come out earlier about we're getting an old player on the coaching staff, because there's only really a couple of guys that could be.
I already know who it is, by the way.
I did that picture. I made a picture of him and Iraola and Thiago.
I'll put it in the private chat.
If it's not the name I want it to be, then I'm gonna.
If Iraola's going to be the manager, it's surely.
This is this hasn't been confirmed to me yet. I should find out later, but that's what I think.
You don't know what's been confirmed to me? We're gonna sign a new winger. Yesterday, someone literally messaged me while I was live and told me the first winger is done already. So,
the last I heard, we were speaking to 3 wingers. I'll put in the private chat the ones that we
one is done already. One is done already.
It's like This is like talking to women, ain't it? And eventually,
I think it's just.
I know, it's fucking weird, Jamie, innit?
Ain't it? I was talking to Tracy on Friday, and then I was talking to Sandra. But I tell you, Rachel, Jesus Christ, that ass. Do you know what I mean? This is what
One of the wingers is legitimately done. Matthew, put it in the private chat. The 3 names you heard. I'll tell you which ones I heard. Anyway, Tom, you haven't told us your thoughts on Slot Gone, brother. Talk to me.
I did like an hour and 10 minutes with you on a stream where you got all my thoughts on Arnie Slot being sacked.
But it's Monday, innit? It's Monday. It's a different day, Habibi.
Yeah, but I think that the people, and this is what I'm going to suggest, me and Hassam, we did the show, so if you've missed that, it's because you're not subscribed to the channel and you've not watched that stream already. So if you're going to miss out on content like that, you've got to be subscribed to the channel and go back and watch that stream as well to get the full rundown.
Okay, smart ass. Tell me your thoughts on Iraola coming in then.
Again, would be hypocritical if I said he's the first choice, but he's a good choice. He is a good choice. So that he's got the Premier League experience. He plays the brand of football that he wants. I love the way he speaks. Obviously, when he's been linked with us now, all the articles and that are coming out. But I love the way he seems to speak and talk about football. It is very Jurgen Klopp coded. I think he said he prefers Klopp to Guardiola in terms of the philosophy. The fact of the matter is, I think I read this from a Dortmund fan, actually. The impact Jurgen Klopp has on a club is that when he's not there, you just want to play his football because it's what you know is successful. And even at Dortmund this year, they had a decent season this year, Dortmund. I think they come second. But a lot of the fans are disillusioned with the football because it's not Klopp's football. Because of the situation we were in with Jurgen Klopp for 9 years, and then you had the success last year, mainly off of that style of football in the first half of the season. To then move away from that and have such a failure, it made the decision too obvious. And Iraola, all things considered, is probably the closest manager in terms of philosophy to Klopp, but it's not the Klopp that was there in 2019. You know the best version of Jurgen Klopp. It's not. He's not there yet. He's not there. But reminds me a lot of the Jurgen Klopp teams and Jurgen Klopp style. It was mainly the first Champions League run. We got to the final and lost to Madrid, and that type of footy we played and that team that we had. That's the thing I'm getting from Iraola now. His numbers at Bournemouth are really fucking good. They're really good. He has them as like the 4th best attacking team in the league, whilst having the 4th most clean sheets. And a lot of these problems that people are gonna, bring up about can he adapt to a better team, a lot of it's just gonna come down to player quality. He going from fucking Tavernier and Evan Nielsen to Isak and Wirtz should naturally give a boost in certain things. Going from James Hill and Senesi to Van Dijk and whoever else should naturally give a boost to these things. It should make the attacking numbers better and make the defensive numbers better. Player quality is regardless of what type of manager you've got in, player quality does matter. If he can implement his philosophy but with better players, expect the attacking to go up and the defending to go down. So you're talking then, if he's already the 5th best attacking manager with a team that was predicted to finish mid-table to lower mid-table, what's he going to do when he inherits?
A lot's been made about his win rate. His win rate is similar to what? Luis Enrique's win rate at Celta Vigo before winning a treble.
No, but this win rate argument's fucking stupid because who expected Andoni Iraola to have a 60% win rate at fucking Bournemouth? They don't do that. Bournemouth, I think at Bournemouth he's won more games than he's lost, and I think the thing that gets lost in this argument is McAllister, not McAllister, fucking chat. The drawing situation, the McAllister thing's another separate thing we need to talk about because he's apparently the 100th greatest player in this club's history, which is separate. But it's the draws. A draw for Bournemouth is a good result more often than not. But that gets completely ignored when the win rate argument comes out. So the fact of the matter is, I think out of the 127 games he managed at Bournemouth, he got a win or a draw in 84 of them. That's a fucking good ratio for the team that was that consistently was. I think for the first year it was in the bottom 5 in terms of wage expenditure, and that's normally if you've read anything about data analytics, wage expenditure is typically the biggest factor behind the team's success because the better players cost more money, so you can tell who's going to be a good team by how much they're spending on wages. Bournemouth were right at the bottom of that wage thing for a fair while under Iraola, right towards the bottom. I think newly promoted teams, were below them, but they were at the bottom of the ones that have been in for a year or two. And he's consistently overperformed and consistently improved, despite losing his best players year in, year out. Despite having to change and adapt systems year in, year out, he's still consistently improved. So that, to me, is why I'm sitting there going, I can back that. And the style of footy is the most important thing. I can back the style of footy. I can back that football that I watch Bournemouth play. It's exciting. Now, if you can get my team and my players buying into that, I'm ready to go for it. I'm ready for that ride. I'm ready to go all in on that style of play. And people go, oh, is he going to get the same time as Slot? Arne Slot lost an awful lot. Arne Slot had an awful lot of credit in the bank. The fact is, he burned through all that credit. He lost 20 fucking games in a season playing awful football. That was why we got there. Now, if Iraola comes in and starts playing defensive football, then I'm not gonna be speaking this positively, am I? I'm talking at the minute of what I've seen at Bournemouth and what I've read about him. If I'm getting that guy coming in, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to a return to what we should be.
The thing is with this whole Iraola thing, obviously I'm one of the people that pre this whole sack. By the way, guys, Slot has been sacked. Matt is back on the show. We have 1,000 people here and we're not even at 200 likes yet. Guys, what are you guys doing? Come on, man. Close the live chat and get the likes up. Every single one of you. Close the live chat and hit the like button right here, right now. Stop what you're doing right now and like the video. Let's get the likes up. There's no way the like button is the return is that bad on a good day like this. So please like and subscribe. In terms of the whole Iraola thing, look, obviously, as one of the people that wanted Iraola, every time I did shows with any of the guys on the panel and I was asked, would you take Iraola or who would I take? And I said Iraola. Like, I'm supportive of the guy because I believe in the style. I know, obviously, there is for me objective questions regarding Iraola. I understand, but I think for me, the objective question that is to be asked about Iraola is burnout. That's it, because his style is so aggressive, obviously. So maybe with 2 games a week, it might have a risk of injury and stuff like this. I think this is a very fair, objective criticism of Iraola, but it's on Iraola to adapt. I gave the example of Klopp in 18-19 and 19-20, as Klopp is probably the most intense manager we've seen. And to be fair, yesterday I asked even non-Liverpool fans, and I said, guys, who do you think is the most intense manager you've seen? And many of them said Klopp, even like Chelsea fans, Arsenal fans, whoever. Klopp in 18-19 and 19-20 didn't just gegenpress like crazy. Like, we had moments where we had possession. We had moments where we passed left, passed right. We had moments where we dictated stuff. It wasn't always just pop, 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 bang, 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 bang. Like, sometimes, you played a bit more intelligent. And I think it's on Iraola to adapt. And I think he will be able to adapt. For me, the reason why I back Iraola is the style and the struggle story. The guy lost Kerkez, Kepa, the Ukrainian center back, I keep forgetting his name. Hoysen.
Zabani.
Oh, Zabani left. Hoysen, Zabani, Kerkez, and the goal.
Semenyo left mid-season.
And
3 points behind us.
And Dango Watari.
We finished 3 points behind us. Behind Premier League champions Liverpool, who spent 450 million. He finished 3 points behind us. Respectfully, you know how many times I've watched Bournemouth games and because his forwards are so dog shit, they end up drawing or losing a game? By the way, Manchester City, the game that after it, Judge Mo came to me and says, Hussam, I understand why you want Iraola now. For once, he fully realized what I'm saying about Iraola. That game ended 1-1. David Brooks alone could have scored a hat-trick in that game. Just David Brooks. Forget the rest of the team. All these players missing chances, all these players not taking their opportunities. Bro, I've seen him cook with such inferior players. With all due respect to the Bournemouth players, with all due respect to them. And you know how I prove this? For me, if you tell me right now, name a player I'd take from Bournemouth, I wouldn't take anyone from Bournemouth. I know some people like Alex Scott and some people like Krupi or whoever. but
Yeah.
I'm not necessarily looking at them as like massive upgrades on what we have or anything. That's my point. Like it's not like some like incredible signing. Will be a good squad signing or whatever, but none of them are like some elite player. And the guy is just 3 points behind us because he brought the best out of these players who, with all due respect, are a bunch of mediocre players. That's the truth. And you say, this is an example, right? Trafford is an upgrade on Kirkaz. Yeah, but let's reverse the roles. Imagine I gave Trafford to Slot and I kept Kirkaz at Bournemouth. Do you think Kirkaz would have pushed on at Bournemouth? Do you think he would have gotten assists? Do you think he would have cooked? Yes, he would have. Meanwhile, if I put Trafford at Liverpool and he was asked to underlap, would he have cooked? No. So these are the conversations that we need to have. By the way, I just want to say this, and we'll speak about transfers in a bit. Guys, I said this even on the solo stream yesterday. Can we all just stop pretending that all the Liverpool players are like dog shit? Can we stop this now? Now that Slot is gone, can everyone just stop acting like all our players are crap and shit and blah, blah, blah? Me and this guy on the top row disagree on McAllister Gravenberg. No problem. He knows McAllister's a better passer. I know Gravenberg is a better defender. Away at Aston Villa, he put McAllister deeper and Gravenberg further up the pitch. You're dumb. You're dumb. Like, you could be the biggest McAllister hater or the biggest Gravenberg hater. You know that Gravenberg is the better defensive player and McAllister is the better passer. He put the better passer deeper on the pitch and the better defensive player further up on the pitch. And then we wonder why we look like shit. Cody Gakpo is the one player and none of us rate. None of us rate. Like, literally, out of 100,000 Liverpool fans, probably one guy rates Gakpo. He asks Gakpo to be a touchline winger. Milos Kerkez is asked to underlap all season long. He's played Frimpong right wing. Frimpong played right back against Atletico. He looked incredible. He was amazing in that game, bro. I've seen Frimpong play right back and look good. I'm not going to revise history. So all these decisions, Wirtz, let me play him right wing away in Paris. Let me play him as the number 9 away at Old Trafford. Make him the runner and behind. That's how intelligent he is. Let me play him left wing. Let me play him everywhere except the 10 where he should bloody play. Like he did against Atletico when he combined with Isak and looked phenomenal. He created like 2-3 chances in that game alone. I just recall off the top of my head in the first like 20 minutes, he created 3 chances. Him and Isak combined incredibly well. So that's why for me, when I'm talking about the current players, I don't think these players are all shit. I refuse to believe any, by the way, including Gakpo. And I'll prove it this way. Name a better left winger in the league than Gakpo. This season. Including Gordon, if you want, by the way. Yeah, tell me, who's a better left winger than Gakpo in the whole league?
Doku.
Okay, no problem, Doku. I'll give you that.
Oh, better left winger. All right, so got Doku. Would you say Semenyo's a left winger or right winger?
No, right.
He's played on the right for City, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Would you say
I just need to pull up a list of Premier League teams. I literally can't think of the teams on the top of my head.
I think there are 2 correct answers for me. Doku and Cunha. Those are the 2 left wingers that I think are better than Gakpo.
Yeah,
other than that,
I'll be honest. You know what? You could make an argument.
Anthony Gordon.
Anthony Gordon's not been good this year. I'll be honest with you.
That's true.
I think there's an argument that can be made for Morgan Rodgers personally.
But Morgan Rodgers is not really a left winger.
I know you mean.
He's like a left 10 type player.
Yeah, he's played off the left, hasn't he? And let's be honest, Gakpo's played.
What about Trossard? The thing is,
Trossard has had many moments where he's been.
I know Trossard's gone through moments where he hasn't.
Trossard went 20 games without a goal.
Yeah.
Trossard's dry wank.
So that's my point. 3rd best left winger in the league, and he's shit.
Well, no, because I'd have NDI above him for Everton. I think NDI has been better this season.
NDI once again, big moments and stuff. But how many goals does he have? What, 4 goals?
No, NDI is more than 4 goals.
Okay, let's.
So it is, and Ndiaye's obviously got more talent, but
he's got 6
you see when
goals.
you've got the talent, and we always talk about
he's
talent,
got 6 goals. Oh,
yeah, you need to your output needs to kind of like coincide with your talent, because like there's talented wingers out there, but their output like is a bit meaty. So it's not like they're not necessarily better than Gakpo, but their output is not on Gakpo's level. Because again, Gakpo's talent isn't the greatest, but his output since he's been at Liverpool has been pretty decent.
That's what his game is, ain't it? He's meant to be a finisher.
Yeah, because the output type player, isn't it?
He's meant to be a finisher. Thank you, Jamie. And where does Slot put him? Touchline winger.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's the problem happened with both our wingers this season. He wanted to do build-up play of our wingers, and our wingers are both finishers, so it was never going to
yeah,
work.
they're finisher of moves. Hence why when we won the league, you mainly see like Salah cut inside and then like that back post like to Gakpo who finishes off the move. And what would normally happen is the false nine in Luis Diaz, because he still favored the left hand side, would drift to the left, and then Gakpo, who would start on the left, would drift into the center. So like that's what, and then Diaz will kind of take on that role, even though he started in the false nine. It's kind of mad how when you think about what Slot done in the first season, then decided just to like mash up everything in the second season.
The difference was
PSG game actually
the difference was where you were attacking. The difference was the side you were attacking. I actually think the cup final did more damage to them than the PSG game, but that's a separate argument. But the big difference was what last season Liverpool attacked down the right the majority because you had Trent at right back, you had Szoboszlai drifting to the right, and you had Salah on the right. Everything went down the right. Your creators were on the right. This season, they've not got Salah the ball in the same positions. Because what was the 1-2 punch that really worked for Gakpo last season? The cross from the right-hand side, and he's so much taller than his fullback that's marking him, he'll beat them in the air. How many goals did Gakpo score last season from crosses to the back post, where he either headed it or took a touch and hit it in?
Yeah.
I reckon it was over half.
Quite a few.
He got the.
You want to know what's frustrating truly about that, Tom, and the whole PSG game thing? Is we actually took PSG to penalties, by the way. That Vitinha penalty. By the way, that Vitinha penalty against Alisson lives rent free in my head, and I'm gonna go ahead and say this, and this is not an edgy opinion at all. Last season, Liverpool would have beaten Aston Villa, would have beaten Arsenal, and would have beaten Inter in the final. We could have won. We could have literally changed the course of history had he just believed in his own style and system to begin with. That's the problem for me. One game against PSG rattled you to the level where you changed everything you believed in terms of philosophy. Literally everything you believed in terms of philosophy, you changed. Gravenberg being asked to do stuff further up the pitch. But why, Habibi? The guy got PFA team of the season based on playing DM. McAllister asked to play deeper. Why? The guy scored important goals for us in the title-winning season. He had good moments going forward. You know, Szoboszlai being played he went against his own principles. We actually lost to PSG on pens. We didn't lose to them 5-0 like Inter. We didn't lose 3-1 on aggregate. We didn't it's not like we had moments against them. In the second leg at Anfield, Donnarumma made like 2 miraculous saves at the start. Nuno Mendes had a clearance. I think there was a shot by Salah, shot by McAllister, shot by Gakpo. Like, had he just continued to do what we did last season on like just a couple of adjustments here and there, Liverpool would have still looked good. But he changed everything he believed in terms of philosophy, and we went to the shits over us losing on pens, bro. We lost on pens to PSG.
And that's the thing. Like, if Slot was here still and he hasn't been sacked, I think next season would have been just infuriating. Because he came out in that press conference, his last ever press conference, and pretty much said, I think he said, I'm not too sure on what style we'll play with next season. Or to something of them words anyway. Which is a little worrying when you're meant to be in the transfer market looking for players to play a particular style that you can adapt into your philosophy you want to play. So that was a little bit worrying from my point of view. So I'm glad he's actually not here no more. So, you know what you're going to get for Iraola. When Slot first came in, we were told the reason we went for Slot is because he's very Klopp-like. That was what we were told originally, weren't it? And it was nothing like, obviously, the way Jurgen plays. Iraola is the most, in the Premier League, he's probably the coach that is most Jurgen-like, especially in training. The one thing we talk about as Liverpool fans this season is how unfit we look. We don't run, we don't move, we don't do anything. And the training seems to have been off. Apparently, Iraola's training is very hardcore, man. You don't get no days off or anything. And it's a bit like Jurgen Klopp. That's what he's been very much like Klopp. Like Klopp was all about training. Klopp always said it himself. You have to run. You have to be fit. There's training. That's where everything happens on the training ground. And Iraola's apparently the same. I saw I don't know if you guys saw that video that popped up the other day with Semenyo talking about him. and he said, describe him in one word, and he said, run. Run. That's what you do. You train,
Well,
you train.
I watched on Twitter, I assume you can find it on YouTube, that there was like a 10-minute video of Iraola taking a session for Bournemouth. I think it was the first summer that he joined. He was taking a session with Bournemouth in pre-season, and the intensity that he was doing it with.
Yeah.
That's kind of, I think that's what we've been missing. I think that we lost our way, and there has to be, you have to understand and play to your strengths as Liverpool manager. And the strengths of Liverpool is the emotional side. And to get the emotional side into it, you need to be high intensity and play emotional football and play chaotic football to a degree. There has to be a bit of chaos in the game to get everyone going. And I think that Slot nullified his biggest weapon at Anfield, and I don't think Iraola's going to do that. And again, the only reason I'm saying, if you look at who Iraola speaks about as his influences, the main ones that I see are Bielsa and Klopp.
Yeah.
They're both very high intensity managers. And when you listen to people, I mean, Guardiola raved about him, Klopp raved about him. There's a fucking league table which shows he finished 6th with Bournemouth. There's clearly, what he does clearly works. It works, obviously, because he took fucking Bournemouth to 6th.
Yeah, the last 2 years he's done amazing.
And bear in mind, if 2 results had gone differently on the last day, i.e. Man City beat Aston Villa and we beat Brentford, which were they were the 2 likely outcomes, all things considered. If the logical results that day had happened, Andoni and Iraola would have got Bournemouth Champions League football.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
This is why I'm sitting there, and the concerns that people have, I understand this, that, and the other, but I can't ignore what he's achieved. And I look at the arguments that I hear is, look at what happened to Thomas Frank, look at what happened to Graham Potter, look at what happened to...
He's a better coach than him.
He's a better coach, and his style of football is more applicable to not only this current Premier League, but also to a top team.
Yeah.
The other argument, he's never won a trophy before. So my point to that is, if he'd won, because he's managed in the Cypriot League, the only top team he's managed is in the Cypriot League. Yeah. If he'd won the Cypriot Premier League, would he now be top of the list because he's won a trophy? Or would you all sit there and go, what the fuck is the relevance of the Cypriot Premier League to Liverpool?
Oh, so you're saying like the Dutch league, what's the relevance when we,
He won a league title. Arne won a title, but it wasn't one when I'm sitting there going, oof, I've got to get that done. I have to get that done.
Yeah, I hear you.
Because it's the same argument that was thrown against me with Amorim. When I said Amorim's won a league title, it's the Portuguese one. It doesn't carry the relevance. So I'm sitting there going, Iraola has been in 2 leagues that people would respect.
So we're picking and choosing. Yeah, we're picking and choosing.
If you want the top 5 league, he's been in La Liga with a team that were in the 2nd division. And if you've read anything about Rayo Vallecano, they are an absolute shit show in terms of off the pitch. And they was at Bournemouth. If he'd won a fucking trophy with Bournemouth, could you? But what was the last trophy Bournemouth won? Should we actually have a look at what the last trophy Bournemouth won and then sit there and understand why the fuck I'm not expecting him to win trophies at fucking Bournemouth?
But isn't it? Is finishing 6th in the Premier League better than winning a League Cup?
I think there's an argument to be made for it.
Do you know what I mean? Like, so what if Iraola won a League Cup and finished 15th?
So Bournemouth have never actually won a trophy that would make people happy. So you want Andoni Iraola to make history to go, yeah, he's just about fits my criteria. Bollocks! What had Enrique won before he took the Barca job?
What did Pep win before he took the Barca? Yeah, I mean,
sometimes when you've got a manager that aligns with your philosophy as a football club, everything clicks. I couldn't really expect Andoni Iraola to win a trophy with Evan Nielsen as his main goal getter. I can expect him to win a trophy with Alexander Isak as his main goal getter.
Arteta's in his first ever manager job.
Exactly. And he's won a league now. Do
you know what? Can I ask an objective question about Iraola?
No.
Okay, cool. What I'm going to say is this anyway. Are you guys concerned, even though he is a good coach, and he's done very well at Bournemouth. Is he going to get that much time on the training ground pre-season due to the World Cup? So does that hamper us in any way? Does that worry you? And not only that, I want to bring up some statistics as well. Yeah? Did you guys know it took Iraola 10 games to get his first victory at Bournemouth? Did you also know that due to, obviously they had injuries at one point, this may have been last season, I'm not too sure, they went 11 games without a win between November and January. So these are just the negative things. Remember, there's positives. Remember, he went on an unbeaten run as well, 18. But then, but I just want to point out the net, because one thing I don't want us to do is just think he's automatically just say this. Like,
no, he's got to be given time.
Are there like genuine concerns? Because I think he's a great coach. I'm just looking at the negatives as well as the positives. I'm thinking, okay, cool. Because of his intense style of play, we probably will get muscle injuries. Not only that, he will be going to one of the most historic clubs in the world, Liverpool, and you can't have a barren run like that. So do these things worry you guys?
The thing is, we get injuries anyway, to be fair. So I mean, that don't, with obviously the Bournemouth thing, not winning his first 10 games. Yeah. The way he wants to play will actually suit high level footballers more at Liverpool than it would at Bournemouth to start with. So and also, he's got players that Liverpool have got that's not going, we'll go win games much quicker than that. The injury thing is the one, and look, it happened with Klopp with high intensity training. We got a lot of muscle injuries as well.
Yeah,
that's the thing that's going to happen. Arsenal get a lot of injuries. I don't know if they do high intensity training, but they get a lot of injuries as well. I think that is something that if you go get these coaches in that train like they do, that's something you've just got to accept, I think. That kind of thing that might happen, which means you just got to build a bigger squad over time. You just got to have a bigger squad over time, keep building.
Yeah, and I also feel like as well, if Iraola is the manager, I think we need to kind of give him time as well. And I think Tom said it best, because like, if you can see what someone's doing is working and it needs a bit of time, I think as fans will be okay with that. But like, you see, like the style of play, the tactical awareness, like if we can see these things all positive in a positive light, I think it's cool. That's why I feel like Iraola needs to kind of like, if he is the manager again, needs to kind of like lay the foundations early, and we can all see the vision. And I think we would obviously support him in it. Because one thing we don't want to do, again, is you get a new manager in, you don't like the first couple of games, and people start doing, he should have stayed at Bournemouth. And
you got to get some.
Yeah.
We
got to give him time.
Jamie
We've
will
got to
do
be
this,
realistic in our expectations.
After a game.
I'm always mad after a game, but I understand.
But I know I'll get emotional because I'll say some mad stuff.
The thing is, I'm very aware. I am very.
Hassan was doing it. He'll title like Hassan, after all the props he would give Iraola, his first video would be, "I just knew it," and you'll just see.
No. I'm pro Iraola. I'm gonna give him.
I'm gonna give it.
I'm only joking, but we gotta give him time. We gotta give him time.
I think I'm very aware that this actual season we are in transition, not the season gone. That Slot made out we're in transition, so everyone believed it. This year we are definitely in transition. Good new manager, new coaching setup, and stuff like that. Yeah. So that is definitely a thing. So I'm going to give
changes.
I'm going to give Iraola time, man. Do you know what's going to make me give him time, Lo? On day one, when I see Gravenberch and McAllister running, I'll be like, he can have as many years as he wants at this football club. Do you know what I mean? It's as simple as that.
I hear it.
First day, I'm going to see Grav and Matt.
You know what's the funny part, Jamie? We're going to go from 0 training sessions per week to just very intense training. It's crazy, bro.
They're going to be running, man. They're going to be running. So I'll be like, yeah, they're running, so I'm good. I'm good. That's I believe.
I'll be honest, Matt. The concerns you've got about Iraola or the stats you brought up there, my whole thing with that is it comes down to player quality. I think that the situation he inherited, so he starts off with like no wins in his first 10 games. He inherited the team that had the season beforehand played a rigid 5-4-1 in a complete low block and scraped survival at the back end of the season. That first season, I think he got Solanke getting 21 goals.
Yeah,
now, a big thing for me is I've had to put up now with 2 years of Arne Slot not making any striker work, really. Ekitike worked because Ekitike looked like ignored instructions and just sort of went where he went and did what he
Done
did.
his own thing. Agreed, yeah.
But Nunes had his worst season. Jota has his worst season. Isak had his worst season, albeit mitigating circumstances. This guy, Iraola, he got 21 goals out of Solanke. Then the next season, Evan Nielsen was his top scorer with like 13. And the next season, it was Krupi with 13. And again, we're talking about a mid-table Bournemouth team here. He can platform strikers very well. And we're talking about, again, a lot of these things are player
as
quality.
well, to be fair. He improved Semenyo.
A lot of these things are player quality down. It comes down to player quality for me. Yeah. How many games this season did Bournemouth... Someone will have the stats, someone can look it up. How many games this season did Bournemouth win, like on XG, where they created better chances but didn't win the game because of poor finishing and missed chances? And that's not to say we don't miss chances, but the odds of us missing... Bournemouth drew a game this season 2-2 where they had 5 XG. They
created
drew
a lot of chances.
Yeah, they can create, but it's not just they create a lot of chances. A number of them are high quality chances that they just missed.
Yeah.
Now, if you can platform that into a team where you've got better players with more quality, the odds of them missing those chances goes down. So you're going to score more goals. You're going to turn some of those draws into wins, some of those defeats into draws or wins. This is my big thing. The win rate argument for me is flawed because you're judging Bournemouth by Liverpool expectations. I'll judge win rate. I would judge win rate for Liverpool. No, because Matt, the point with the win rate thing is, if Liverpool draw a game, more often than not, it's a bad result for us. More often than not, a draw is a bad result.
What I'm saying is, obviously, I can't compare Bournemouth Liverpool, like you said, because the player quality is so different. What I am saying is, though, Iraola just has to remember that now, if you are going to be Liverpool manager, 2 draws in a row is almost like catastrophic, where you could have got away with that at a Bournemouth.
Yes,
that's all I'm saying. I'm not saying
it's going to come down to the context of that, isn't it? It's going to come down to the context of those results, isn't it? So this season, a lot of the bad results this season have been compounded by the fact that we didn't play well in those games. It wasn't like, because we had some games under Klopp where we draw, but we had so many fucking chances to win the game.
I hear you.
That we missed it. And you don't look upon those results in such a negative light. We drew 1-1 with Burnley this season. I think I'd come on and said that's one of the ones I don't blame on the manager, because we created so many fucking chances and we just missed them all. I can't blame the manager for that. But there's been too many games this season where we've been the worst team on the pitch and we got the result that was coming to us. Now, with Iraola, a lot of the time, his team have been the better team and failed to get the result because of the, a lack of quality. There have been games, because I'd be lying if I said there wasn't games where they lost or drew, where they were the worst team. But more often than not with Iraola, his teams are the ones that are on the front foot and costing themselves, shooting themselves in the foot. So again, I look back at the stats around the win rate and stuff with Iraola.
Yeah.
Where for Liverpool, a draw is a bad result because you got the quality advantage in that. At Bournemouth, a draw is more often than not a good result, especially when you consider who the opposition is, the team they've got. So for Iraola, if you look at his win rate, he's got a 37% win rate. If you look at his total not losing rate, I don't know what the correct term is, but it's 60-odd%. So 60% of games have been, and we'll factor in that there's some bad draws in there. So we'll go 50% of games that Iraola's managed for Bournemouth, as a generous estimate, have been a positive result for them.
I think that, I understand everything.
And then you add quality in, not just that's in the squad now, but we could go in the market and add these wingers, these midfielders, whatever, and you give them a squad that can compete ability-wise with the top teams, with a stylistic and a philosophy that is very good at amplifying talent. So Iraola is really good at platforming average talent into good talent and making average teams perform at a good level.
Yeah, agreed.
Now, if he can platform like that with a good team or a great team, then you're going to the next level and you're talking about a top team.
No. I agree with everything that you're saying. It's now, though, the reality. This is why I say reality. Reality is we have to give him time reality is, are Liverpool fans willing to now accept that? I don't want to say this, but you see, like when Arteta took over Arsenal, it could be a little bit of a process. So I don't think any Liverpool fan is expecting, and I could be wrong here, to win the league next year. It probably will be a bit of a but then we could surprise everyone, like how Arne Slot did. What I'm saying is the realistic person in me saying it's going to take a bit of time. I'm still expecting us to be like in and around first and third. However, we have to have patience. Like, we actually have to have patience. Like, genuinely. Like, we can't just do the whole, we finished fourth or something and be like, is this good enough? The football's good, but where do we see where we're going? Like, I think we need to be logical with our thinking when we get Iraola. And you're being logical, by the way, Tom. Because what you're basically saying is, if a man can go to a team that's mid-table, even lower tier, like Rayo Vallecano, again, yeah, and get them to the next level, then logics will tell you, if you've got a good team, now you'll want to take a good team and turn them back into an elite team. Because under Jurgen Klopp, he turned us from being average to good to elite. Do you get what I'm saying? And now we need Iraola to do the whole, we've just dropped back from an elite team to a good team, and now we need to get back to being elite again. It's just a matter of time how much that's going to take.
And now I'm going to ask you guys about the players as well, because, you know, now that we've spoken about Iraola in depth, I think I want to move on, talk about the players and the transfers and stuff like this. Big up to all of you guys locked in. We got 1.2k people in the building. Thank you guys so much. All the links are in the description for everyone on the panel. Guys, let's get the likes up, please. Every single one of you hit the like button, subscribe. Let me just do these supers before we move on, talk about the players and the transfers and our future. So yeah, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Don't forget, my Instagram is in the pinned comment. You know, there'll be more content coming on the summer as well regarding World Cup and other different type of stuff. So go follow me on the Insta, boys. Big up to my guy, Mr. Perfecto, starts hearing rumors Salah could stay now. Slots fired. I don't think these rumors are true.
That will not be happening.
I think it's done.
Yeah, that ship has sailed. And actually, a part of me doesn't want Salah to stay.
His contract would have been ripped up anyway, so he'd have to sign a new one. So, yeah.
I don't want Salah to stay. Like, we don't need another scapegoat in this fan base. Last thing we need. Big up to my guy Fonzie, who says, Tom, you little cheese string build ass. Who are you gonna suggest today for us? Murillo, Moniz, Katy Perry? You were Klopp out, you bum ass.
Yeah, I don't like Murillo, Rodrigo Muniz. We've got strikers now. Keep your eye on Mohamed Amora, just being relegated with Wolfsburg. If you need flexible guy there, that's your guy.
I love Fonzie's energy towards Tom. I think we need more people like this. Big up to Lex, who says, can't credit Slot with Salah's prem. you know the banner on the cup with the managers. They should just remove Slot and put Mo on it. Like,
Mo's prem, bro. It's
Mo's prem is crazy.
Mo's prem.
You know. I actually I realized this is actually the thing that rival fans say too. People say this.
They do. They actually do.
Any news on Connor Bradley? Apparently, the injury is worse than even first expected.
Yes.
Yeah, apparently they got to take the leg, ain't they? So
yeah.
So he's got to be one-legged.
It's not looking good, bruv. So, yeah.
Jamie's magic. Jamie's mental, bro.
You ever see the pilot episode of the Justice League animated series where they defeat the aliens and the sun starts shining out again? Yeah, that's how I feel about Slot leaving. Defeating the aliens is mind games. That's crazy. That's crazy. Defeating the aliens is mad, bro. But I respect it, you know, because it's kind of how I felt as well 2 days ago. So, yeah, big up to you. Thank you so much, my guy, Ice-T. Big up to you, brother. Journals now admitting about Slot gaslighters. Yeah, you see why on the episode 3 weeks ago, I showed you guys the articles pre and post and, you know, showed you how much they waffle. And hopefully we can use this season as a lesson moving forward with these journalists and how to deal with them.
David Ornstein, man. David Ornstein has gone down so much in everyone's regard now. He gets a lot of shit wrong lately, don't he?
Yeah.
Do you know what? You see, I don't want to. I'm going to be honest. You see, with the whole Ornstein thing, I'm not trying to defend him, but you just know that FSG said this is the line we're telling you to say. This is what you got to put out there. So it's whether he wanted to go against what he was being told, isn't it?
Exactly.
I think a lot of journalists got fooled though. We can't just say Ornstein, even though.
Big up Fabrizio, he was right.
Big up Fabrizio, because Fabrizio's his old man. Here's another thing as well that Fabrizio can do that others can't do. They have to kind of verify every single thing that's been told to them. Fabrizio has the liberties of going directly to agents. Direct. He ain't got to worry about no middleman. You understand? He can just do that. So, but yeah, Ornstein's in a bit of trouble with credibility with Liverpool.
Mm-hmm.
In response to Salah, Slot said he's going to play a style he liked. If he liked it, then the fans will have to like that style. This is the thing as well. Like, you know, Fabrizio already said it in his video, like the impact of the Instagram post. All the players liking it. People try to undermine it at the time, but all the players liking it is a clear message. This is the thing. Like, and at the end of the day, Mo's gone. So the future of Liverpool is going to be without him. So the players that are remaining as well kind of agreeing with Mo's approach. And, you know, I feel like you know, when it comes to like obviously sacking Slot, looking at stuff like this probably is part of the equation. They will make out like it's not part of the equation, but it's definitely part of the equation. The fact that no new player wants to play this playing style. So, yeah. Iraola needs 2 squads, otherwise simply won't work. Well, I wouldn't say 2 squads, but, you know, he obviously needs to rotate, you know, and expect the likes of Rio Gomoa to get more minutes, you know, expect players like that to have a lot more, you know, chances out there on the football pitch. Jack, I think you're worried about burnout a bit too much. Klopp did it, and we didn't suffer from burnout that much. I think if Iraola does it in a controlled fashion, it will be elite. So
I think Cody Gakpo might actually look all right under Iraola, you know.
I agree with that. I agree with that.
I think closer to goal where it needs to be.
Yeah, exactly. Now Slot can hold that. Klopp is a 2-time Premier League winner. I love it. So the second title is either Klopp or Salah now. Everyone's just saying Slot to this level is crazy, you guys, honestly. Iraola has never started the season well as a manager. Yeah, but it's not about how you start the season. It's about how you end the season. Because I will remind you, the first 5 games, we won all of them, mate.
Yeah.
This season, we won the first 5 games in a row, brother. So
first 7 in all comps, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Pep 5th.
Playing against Iraola is like going to the dentist. Bro, Bournemouth had City on the ropes.
They did.
On literally on the ropes. I'm telling you, like David Brooks alone could have scored a hat-trick in that game. David Brooks. Now, imagine if I put Verts in those situations, Isak in those situations. Tom's a waffler, but he's right from that perspective. So, yeah. By the way, he's learned from his previous mistakes. That's why his camera's off. Big up to my guy, Mr. T, who said...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Like Jay said, we'll get injuries regardless. We lack conditioning, prepping the body for intensity. That's why we became prone to injuries and exhaustion. Can't wait, big up boys. That's the thing. Iraola's going to need time just to unmess up Slot's mess-ups first. And then we'll take it from there. Like, you know,
what they say. They've got to get rid of the stink.
Need to understand something. Going from like, by the way, it's been reported so many times now, so it's not even like some fake news thing. Liverpool didn't really train this season. They didn't really.
Innit? Yeah.
That's why the Ekitike were huffing and puffing after 60 minutes for good reason, because there is no real like conditioning going on right this season. So next season, just the conditioning alone will take time to adapt.
Other training was just Elder Scrolls. That's what the training was.
I know Semenyo spoke about training. Semenyo did. I think there's a video.
Yeah,
of him
he said run.
About
run.
How mad it is and how they got like, I think it's like 1 day off or something like that. And he was just like, at first there was a bit of players a bit like, nah, I don't agree with this, but they understood. They saw the vision in it, and they bought into that vision. And look what happened with Bournemouth in it. So, yeah, man.
And a lot of our players would probably want. The thing is, the players that we have probably want to train like that.
Yeah, because they'll get the best out of them. Because here's the thing: it's one thing relaxing and thinking, okay, we could just get through games, but the Liverpool players quickly realized their lack of conditioning led to the lack of performance, led to lack of results. It all, do you know what I mean? That's where it stems from. Your conditioning is so important.
So that's what
I
Mo
agree.
kept trying to tell everyone. No one wanted to listen.
No more IP
Listen,
for
Mo,
Ole.
it turns out Mo was right about everything he said. Anyway, look, I want to move on and talk about the players. Big up to all of you guys locked in. Close the live chat, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. My Instagram is in the pinned comment. Go give us a follow. Big up to all of you guys. Big up to everyone who sent in super chats as well. I want to talk about the Liverpool future. So Konate yesterday confirmed he's leaving. Liverpool linked to new wingers, Barcola, Diomande. How much will the transfer direction change? Are signings like Wharton now no longer a thing because of who our new manager is? Jamie, I'm gonna start with you. What do you think in terms of players, just specifically players? Now we've discussed the manager, the impact of Slot leaving and stuff. Players wise, what do Liverpool need? What do you think we'll get? All that stuff.
So Liverpool needs, I think they need 7 players. Need a right back, a centre back, 2 midfielders, and probably 2 wingers. So probably 6 players. Are we going to do all that in one summer? I don't know. Maybe players like Harvey Elliott might get a new lease of life now under the new manager. You know, clean slate sort of thing, ain't it? You know, Iraola might. I like Harvey Elliott, and he feel like he's a midfielder that he can use, like the way he used Alex Scott or something like that at Bournemouth, and feel like he can play there. So, we definitely need a centre back. No matter how I felt about Konate and how I feel about Konate and all that sort of stuff, I'm also not stupid enough to think that you can just go Virgil and 2 19-year-olds, you know, at centre back, and a Joe Gomez who can give you 5 good games and then, you know, be at Lewisham A&E the next day. Do you know what I mean? So that's so you need a centre back. You need to go and get one in of like a high quality caliber player for me, like a Schlotterbeck or someone like that. He's got a release clause where Kings are release clauses. Wouldn't be surprised if that's something we look at. Right back's a situation we need sorting. You know, I can see Frimpong playing right back under Iraola. The way Iraola likes to play, I can see Frimpong playing there. But the problem is because of Conor Bradley's injury, we need another right back as it is. So need a right back there. Left back, I'm all right with. You know, Kirkez has got his manager back now that made him. So Kirkez is probably the happiest guy in the world right now. So he's probably you'll probably see the real Kirkez next season. Simicast is back close. Then the wide areas. I don't know, man. Look, I've said it on the Sam's Friday night show a few weeks ago. Personally, I would get, if it was up to me, I'd get Barcola and Diomande. I know a lot of people were now going fuck Barcola now after the Champions League final game where he had 2 chances to win it in normal time. I still think there's a player in Barcola. I think there's a big threat in Barcola that will scare oppositions. I think he's a player that the way Iraola will play will suit Barcola as well. Diomande, what I've seen of him, he looks good right foot, left foot. He's got a good pass on him as well, which I didn't really notice till I started watching him a little bit. He can pass that ball really well, score good goals. So that's what I would do. The midfield is just the one for me. You know, I don't think it matters that who the manager is. I think they always go get certain players. I think people like Minter and that won't happen now. I do think Minter and all that were in line with what maybe Slot wanted at the time. And Dumfries and stuff like that. I don't think that will happen now. You know, Iraola don't want a winger with 1 lung. You know what I mean? So I can see us going maybe still for Walton, because if you look at what Alex Scott did in that midfield for Bournemouth when he came in, maybe that's what he'll do looking at someone like a Walton in that midfield now. Gravenberch, I've seen a lot of people saying that's it for Gravenberch in our midfield now. I wouldn't be too sure about that, guys. I think with Gravenberch's profile as a footballer, I think Iraola believes he can get something out of him, and I think he'll be a midfielder that will play a lot of games next season. So will Szoboszlai, so will Vert. So let's see what they do, man. Midfield's my main concern, though. So I think we're buying wingers because we need them. It's the midfield area. Was it Sangare? I think we're being linked with heavily recently as well. Who's a good midfielder. So watch this space, man.
Tom, Matt, you guys just gonna stare at us? Talk about the players.
No. I'll say All right, let me say this. So in terms of the transfers that we're gonna need, obviously, like everyone knows, I'm one of Konate's like biggest supporters, but obviously he's gone. We need a replacement there. I think the club are playing it a bit smart when they say things like, "Oh, you know, they want to make sure they give minutes to Xhaka and Leone." They're gonna say that because if they start saying things like, "We're definitely after a centre back," we know what happens. We're just gonna get met with stupid prices. So I expect that kind of line. So I'm expecting Liverpool to go and get a centre back. They can't be that daft, even though we've done stupidness before. So I'm gonna just think to myself, Liverpool come back to their senses, like they're gonna go and get centre back. For the midfield, this is where it gets techie because players like Curtis Jones, Harvey Elliott, maybe didn't feel like they had futures, but now it makes me wonder whether those two midfielders, especially Curtis Jones, looks at that and goes, "I've got a new lease of life here. Can I now fit into Iraola's plans?" And Iraola might consider him a midfielder that he wants in his mainstay midfield. So we don't know what's going to go there. I think Endo, in my opinion, will probably still go. We have to wait and see what happens with McAllister because it's more to do about the contract renewal and that no one's spoken to him, and he's been very respectful and honest about it. He's like, no one's spoken to me. And I think his dad said as well, they haven't been spoken to as well. So we have to wait and see what happens there. Jamie's right. Grav ain't going nowhere, just under contract extension on big money. And I think Gravenberch's profile is unique. And I think Iraola thinks he can get the best out of him. I think it's the winger situation where I don't want to.
Before you move on to wingers, just in midfield, do you think we sign Wharton now that Iraola will be in?
See, this is why I'm not sure because I look at how Bournemouth play, and I think to myself,
they don't have a Wharton in their team.
They don't have a Wharton that's like because Wharton's a very specific profile of player.
You know, I was certain we're gonna sign Wharton. I was certain.
Yeah, I know. You've been saying it for weeks. Now I'm not sure. You know, because I would arguably say Iraola probably wants more of a runner, more so than a passer. Obviously, you still got to be able to pass, but maybe more of a runner. I could be wrong there, but just going off profiles, maybe what he's had. So that's going to be interesting. I think over the next couple of weeks, we're going to see what type of midfielders we now get linked to. Because it's kind of mad because, like, I don't know whether the club are still going to make these signings or Iraola is going to have a massive input. And I guess we'll find out when he gets announced as head coach or manager. And maybe we'll be able to kind of like see whether like how much input he has in the transfer market. But I'm sure he'll have input, but will he get as much input as maybe we think he should? We don't know. In regards to the wingers, though, this is where it's going to get mad because 1 minute you're hearing Liverpool are favourites for Diomande, but then you're hearing PSG. Now, if PSG are the favourites for Diomande, then you've got to think, okay, well, if they're the favourites, then surely that means Barcola leaves. But I'm also hearing, and people won't like me saying this, I'm also hearing Arsenal want Barcola as well because they want to get a winger. So I reckon if Diomande goes PSG, we're going to have to fight with Arsenal potentially for Barcola. But we need two wingers, though. We need at least two wingers because you can't have the same Gakpo and Rio, and then what? You're going to put Rio on the right-hand side. So we need to get like at least two. So there's a lot of shopping to do when I look at it now. Like there's quite a bit of shopping, more than probably what I expected as well.
I think that a lot of it's going to come down to
all the edgy players now. No. Have you got your edgy list, Tom? You know, I know the type of person you are.
I haven't.
I've done my research on Evan Nielsen. I think he's a good player.
I haven't got to that point yet. I haven't prepared me dossier. No. What I will say though is I think that a lot of it is going to come down to certain squad players that this manager might want to use that Arne Slot didn't plan to use. We're getting Harvey Elliott back from loan. I'll be very interested to see what happens with him in pre-season. Curtis Jones, I was 99% sure he was going to be going. Technically, we are sure we're trying to buy one from Hertha Berlin. But Curtis Jones, I thought he was going to be going. I think there's a world where he stays under this manager now. I think that we need a centre-back. The level of centre-back that we get is what I'm unsure of. I don't know if they're going to go and get the top level centre back, or if they're going to try and cheap out and get like a cheap 20, 30 million pound guy who can be the backup and cover multiple positions type thing.
Hold on, wait there. I know this is not what you think. You're just suggesting that Liverpool could do the cheap route.
Basically, when Arne Slot was here, I was very confident in saying that I wouldn't be shocked seeing Gertrude to come in this summer, and that's your centre back that comes in. Now I think it might be a little bit different, but I still would be I'd be pleasantly surprised to see if we bought a £60 million centre back.
I'm not gonna lie, losing Konate is a big miss for Liverpool, and I know some people don't rate him as highly as me and other people and whatnot, but I still think to lose a player of that quality and then you go and replace it with any centre back is madness, because then you're relying on Xhaka and Leone and whoever the scrub is that we bring in that can't run, you know. And I'm not saying you're saying that, you're just saying you're worried that we might use that approach, and if we use that approach, we're fried. Like when you say bargain, I don't mind like a Lacroix from Palace, who I'm reading has like a potential release clause. That makes kind of sense. But don't go and get me some guy that we've never heard of, and then we're doing up like random songs for Kabak and like hologram Ben Davies all over again. Like I'm not doing that again. I'm just not. I'm not going back there.
The name I'd say if they're gonna try and get a cheap
Man
option,
said we're used to the finer things in life now. We don't want to go back.
Yeah, I'm not going back there, man.
I'll be honest. I think if they're after a cheap option, they'll go for that lad that's just been relegated with Wolfsburg that they've been linked to for about 2 years.
I don't even know who is it.
Karestas or something.
What?
It's like,
bro, the
like
Greek centre back, man, Kostasolas, something like this.
All jokes aside, though, is he actually like decent, though, Tom? I've never seen him.
Oh, you're asking Tom's opinion. He wanted Guessand. Why is he the?
Yes, I wanted the guy who is the only player in history to win 2 European trophies in one season.
No, you know, Tom is like who? Let me give you a reference, Matt, and you'll understand this because you watch that sport. Tom is like Skip Bayless. He give you like 7 crazy takes. One of them will be right, and he'll keep reminding you. You want to know the one guy he wanted in the summer that banged? Nico Paz. The rest of the team, he wanted his ass. It's just one guy that he liked.
Tom was right, Nico Paz. I can't even lie.
Yeah, Nico Paz actually cooked. The rest of the team he wanted was dog shit. You get me? But he will keep reminding you of Nico Paz. But the rest of them, Tom. Guessand won the Conference League and the Europa League with Palace and Villa. He's the only player in history to win 2 European trophies.
Didn't Tom win that Italian striker that he kept on going on about? What's his name?
Yes.
What? Retegui.
Retegui didn't even win top goal scorer in Saudi League, bro.
Yeah, he was injured.
Retegui.
Exactly,
I hear
Tom. Exactly.
But look, I think we definitely need a right back. Definitely need a right back. Because I'll be honest, I'm not doing fucking Frimpong at right back, and the stuff that's come out with what's it called, Bradley, that really worries me. And apparently, in my world, I think that you could have, if you could convince Bossard to do right back, that could work. But he's made it very clear, apparently, that he would rather die than play right back again. So that's not going to happen. So you're going to have to go out and buy a right back. I think then, because Bossard will be used in midfield, they're only going to get one midfielder. I'm probably in line with Hassan. I don't think it'll be Wharton now, because I don't think Wharton's the kind of midfielder that Iraola uses. Now, it may be that we're wrong, but just based on who he's had at Bournemouth and who he's had success with, he's had success more so with your industrious type midfielders. And Alex Scott is the guy that you look at as the benchmark for what an Andoni Iraola midfielder is. Works really hard off the ball. Christia, he works really hard off the ball, gets up and down the pitch, but there's a bit of smoothness and quality to him on the ball.
So Curtis Jones is Alex Scott, or would you say no?
If I say he's our version of Alex Scott, what do you mean? He's the closest in our squad to Alex Scott.
That's what I mean. Like he's closer to like a McAllister. Like this isn't me trying to like thing, but I'm just thinking about profile. Is Curtis Jones probably the closest profile we have to an Alex Scott?
Do you know what's mad as well? At Bournemouth, he didn't really play with DM.
No, he played because his team was so front-footed. in the press that they didn't
Ah,
really play
nah.
with.
So what? Wait. So what you're telling
It was
me?
Christian Scott usually, weren't it? In that
So
midfield.
so what we're saying? What Curtis Jones and Sommer slide the pivot, just vibes in out, bare triangle passes.
He had what's it called?
Just hope that the moves don't break down. I hear it.
Tyler Adams would come off the bench if he needed a DM.
Oh yeah, Tyler Adams that came from Leeds.
Yeah, the American guy.
That's what I'm saying. Iraola does have the struggle story on lock. Like the guy can work with anyone. Let's be honest.
But I'll be honest. I do think they're going to still invest heavily in wingers. I do still think they're going to invest heavily in wingers because as much as I take the piss going, Arne Slot could solve world peace with quick wingers. Liverpool do need quick wingers. He was onto something there. You know what? You might overplay it a little bit, but he wasn't wrong. We do need some quick wingers.
Let me ask all of you guys a question and the chat. Would you let Diomande go to PSG if it means we get Barcola?
Who's my other one?
But who's the
no? There is no follow-up questions.
Okay,
Very
we
simple.
just don't know.
The trade-off is Diomande goes to PSG, but we get Barcola guaranteed. You guys always overcomplicate.
No, I'm not overcomplicating it. You want to know what it is, Hassan?
Maybe, yeah. You know
the
why?
right wing market is fucking garbage. I haven't. If I don't get Yan Diomande, then Minte is literally the best option, and we all know
for the right wing.
Yeah, carry on. Go on, Matt.
Hassan actually just got rid of him.
Yeah, go on. If anyone's gonna pretend Minte is a good signing, I'm just not gonna.
I think right. I think. Oh, sorry, Matt.
No, I was gonna say. I think Barcola has obviously more experience and is more established, and I think Barcola, although I don't think he's like the greatest left winger like in world football, he's still one of the top 10 European left wingers, you would say. So I think it's okay for us to get Barcola, and we did it, and we missed out on Diomande because on the right hand side, you probably could get away with like a trying to think, like, help me out with some names.
Yeah, think about the right wing market.
But there must be someone other than Minter, surely.
Tom, can you just not be a brain dead idiot for once in your life?
Please tell me who should go on the right then, Hassan. Please.
Tom, you need to understand something. I've watched games where, and by the way, this chat will vouch, and everyone who was there on the watch-alongs will vouch. I've watched games where Brighton have destroyed Chelsea 3-0 and Minte still looked with the worst player.
I'm not saying Minte's good, by the way. I'm saying that if you lose out on Yan Diomande, the right wing market is so poor that Minte is one of your best options. And if he's one of your best options, you can't afford to lose out on Diomande.
I think Chiesa's better than Minte. No bullshit.
Regardless of that, my whole point is, you're telling me it's either Barcola or
I'd rather get a number 10 hybrid and play him on the right than do...
I'd rather get Morgan Rogers, who doesn't even play on the right. The right.
So we're now understanding my point. My point is...
I get your point.
I can get the left wing market. I can survive with a 40 million quid left winger. I could go get a left winger. But I can't. I don't think I can leave the right wing because the market there isn't good.
So what about Brahim Diaz?
Good shout, Jamie. See, that's called a good shout. Unlike this dumbass in the bottom right. It's a good shout.
If you're after the right winger, that I'd say, if we can't get Yan Diomande and it's the right winger, go get me Konate South from Juventus.
All right, I've got... All right.
That's another bad shout, though.
Outside Listen to this.
Konate South is just a YouTube footballer, bro.
Guys, quickly. Barcola stays at PSG. We get Yan Diomande, and on the left-hand side, we've got Rafa Leao. So it's Diomande and Leao. Barcola. Are you accepting that?
So, Matt, I mentioned Leao a while ago, didn't I, on our show, right?
Yeah.
Look, obviously, I do a lot of Italian. I watch a lot of Italian football, and Leao is the most frustrating left winger in world football. There's no doubt about it, right? But he should be the best left winger in world football.
Who? Sorry?
Leao. He has got everything about his game. Yeah,
he does.
If a manager comes along and can just mould him into that player, he could be devastating. You know, he is a bit lazy and stuff like that. His mentality is probably his issue. Yeah,
but Diomande. Sorry, Iraola.
40 million.
Yeah, Iraola. Yeah. if he can, you see what he done with Semenyo. I know Semenyo is more hard working anyway, but if he can get Leao to buy in, here's my thing with Leao. Like you said, I've been a massive fan of Rafa Leao for time, right? But he's been disillusioned ever since he's won the league. AC Milan sold every single one of their players year after year after year after year, and he just stayed there, right? He's now had the confidence to say he wants out officially. I'm not saying Leao's the answer. I'm just saying, is Leao and Diomande a better balance than Barcola? And like Tom said,
it's pace. It's pace, man.
That's all I'm asking.
You guys are not ready for this, but Jamie's cooking because we're actually interested in Leao as well. That's one of the.
I know we are.
I would.
The Leao shit is real. There is a chance we get Leao. That's not a joke.
Bro, you see Rafa Leao? I'm saying run it. You want to know why? Because really and truly, all Liverpool will probably do is they'll just say that's maybe Chiesa's replacement. Ain't no one gonna cry about that. What Chiesa leaves and we get Rafa Leao? Is anyone crying?
Chiesa might stay now.
No, Chiesa. I'll be real. I don't want to be disrespectful, but Chiesa needs to go back like home and focus on his aspirations. Because I don't know, is he going World Cup?
I have no idea. No, Italy ain't in the World Cup, are they?
Oh yeah, of course. They didn't make it.
He can go to America and watch it if he wants.
But what I'm saying is, yeah, Rafa Leao and Diomande is problems. Now, if you get Rafa Leao, Barcola, and Diomande, then flipping hell. Even I'd say we're going for the league. But I just got to be realistic. I think we get 2 in it. Two.
So the journalists are saying they don't believe Liverpool going to spend as heavy as they did last season, which 450 million is a lot of spend, obviously. We're not going that far.
It's impossible to spend that much.
Yeah. But we haven't got the player sales like last year.
But I think Liverpool have to buy this summer. I think they are very aware they're going to have to invest quite a bit of money this summer onto players. So there could be a possibility where they might look at Leao as a market opportunity. We know.
And the other thing is, Jamie, sometimes when the journalists brief that, it's because they don't want other clubs to know that Liverpool are willing to spend money.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I think we will spend. Like, I look at Leao, though. Leao is a market opportunity, and our clubs are market opportunities. They will look at all his ability in his age range. You go, you know what? You know, why not? Obviously,
Jamie is spitting today, by the way. That's literally the reason why we want Leao as well.
Yeah, maybe, look, it's his mentality, maybe. We know the club sometimes don't go for that kind of player, but when you're looking at the market right now and how much Liverpool have got to spend, you know, the positions they need to spend in, they might think like they want Diomande. Diomande, by the look of it, the person at Leipzig, I can't remember his name, he basically runs Red Bull, don't he? He's told everyone, look, it's 120 million we want for him, for Diomande now. We're not going to accept less, or he stays another year, right? And you get him cheaper the following year. If Liverpool really rate Diomande and they feel like he's that guy they want, sort of like they did when Verts become available and they found out Isaac become available, but they knew it would cost a lot of money and it was a gamble, but they were willing to take it. I think they'll be doing the same with Diomande. I think they go look at him and go, if it costs us 100 million, we're going to pay it because we believe we could have a player at our football club that could be a generational talent for years to come. And we're going to take that gamble on him like they did with Isaac and Verts. But they're obviously a little bit more seasoned. You know, this is one season, obviously. So if they get that one done, they need a left-hand side, you know, because as much as people don't like to hear it, you know, even the new manager, whoever he's going to be, if it is Iraola, is probably going to have to use Cody Gakpo through the middle at times next season till thingy's back anyway. Because
Jamie,
need a left winger.
In an emergency, Leao can play striker.
Leao can play up top as well.
Yeah,
like,
in an emergency, he's not the best there.
So can Barcola.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
it's
sorry, bro. You used to talk.
It's up in the air. No, it's all right. It's up in the air. I think Diomande's one that the club really rate and like, and they believe he's the next big superstar. And, you know, he can play right and left, but he is better off the right. It's like Barcola can play right and left, but he's far better off the left. You know, they're just suited to them positions. So, and Liverpool probably looking for the next player at right wing that cannot copy what Salah did because that's almost impossible, but give you that same kind of time in that position like Mo did for like 7 to 8 years. And Diomande, with his age range, his profile, his technical ability, they're probably looking at him thinking he can be our right winger for the next 6 to 7 years, and we're cool. The left-hand side, yeah, they want to protect Rio. I understand it, but Cody Gakpo's, probably going to be used as that, striker a bit next season to help out Isaac. So you're going to need a left winger. And also, I do believe if Ekitike never got injured, Cody Gakpo might have been sold in this market if Ekitike didn't get his injury. So there is a world where Liverpool might be thinking we'll get a new left winger anyway, and in the following summer we're going to let Cody Gakpo go anyway. And then it's going to be the new winger and Rio, and then Diomande and whoever on there, and then Isaac and Ekitike. That could be the future.
I'd be surprised if they went and got Leao, because they were offered Leao. They've been offered Leao 2 summers running and turned them down both times.
They have. That is very true. Yeah.
That's true, but then maybe in that moment they felt like they didn't need him because you had a Luis Diaz and a Cody Gakpo, who back then
they got
younger output. Sorry, say that again, Tom.
They got off them last summer after they sold Diaz.
I understand that, but it's all about timing with Liverpool. Liverpool probably felt in that moment, why go for him? Because remember, we was more focused on the strikers at that point, especially last summer. Last summer was focusing on getting the 2 strikers. Obviously, the tragedy to Diogo. But I'm even looking at it now, Tom, and Jay and Sam, if he's still listening. I'm looking at just some stats on Data MB. And when I say to you, Leao's drop-off this year is mental. But you see, the year we won the league, statistically, Leao was even still very, very good. So I'm looking at the comparisons between Leao and Barcola, and they both dropped off from the time we won the league. You can tell Barcola still.
Leao played this season as a striker. Allegri didn't play.
I know. I'm looking at it like I wish if Sam was there, I could show you guys on the screen, but like there's definitely still a player in Leao. All I'm saying is, even if he's like Liverpool's first choice, and say like Liverpool can't get a Barcola, I do think we should go for Rafael Leao, especially if you can get it for like a decent fee, like a £50 million, and you still get your Yan Diomande. Do you see what I'm saying?
I like Leao. I think there's a brilliant footballer there. I just don't think I don't think Liverpool go for him. I think Liverpool. I think I was there now 27, 28.
No, Leao's 26.
I was only 26.
Yeah, I think so.
27. He must turn 27 soon then.
Yeah, I'll double check now, but it's 26.
But I think that they want to go. I think they're going to buy a winger. They buy younger. I think they go for someone who's 24.
That's why they're looking at Barcola, isn't it? That's why they're looking at Barcola.
Yeah, but Barcola is probably the best option on the left. I still wouldn't be shocked if the lad from Betis was high up on the thinking as El Zuli.
Yeah.
Leao turns 27 in 9 days. Funny enough.
So I think their budget option on the left will either be Basu Manatore from Hoffenheim, who's very much more of a wing back type.
Oh no, bro! If that's the guy that's left-footed that plays on the left-hand side, I know exactly what you're talking about.
Or it'll be Ezal Zuli from Betis.
I honestly believe. I think Liverpool want to do Diomande and Barcola.
I think they want to do both, but and I think
they're trying to work out if they can. Yeah.
No, I think they'll definitely try to do both. Yeah. I just think whether it will be in our hands to do both, because I think there's a reason they're going for Diomande first, because he's the one with the most interest that they're going to struggle to bat off. Barcola is very contingent on PSG getting guys in. If PSG don't get in Julian Alvarez and Magnus Akliouche, I don't see them selling Barcola.
No, I think
look, here's the thing with Akliouche, just so people know, and I had this conversation with Callum on Thursday. Guys, Akliouche is not a winger. So prepare yourself mentally from now. Like if we announce Akliouche, like I'm telling you from now, I'm not like a French league expert, but it's the other league that I watch because it's on BN and sometimes I have it on the background. Akliouche is a hybrid winger. He is more of a playmaker than anything else. So
Right.
if we sign Akliouche, he's not this incredible playmaker. He's not a very good goal scorer, but as a playmaker, he's like he could be elite playmaking. But the rest of the attributes, he's just like he's all right, you know.
Hassam, am I wrong in saying, in terms of playing style, not quality, does he remind you of when Bernardo Silva was younger and played on the right hand side? He was a playmaking 10, not a winger. That's who Akliouche reminds me of. Not quality,
he's like
style.
You know, people aren't ready for this, but like he's basically another version of Harvey Elliott, like upgraded Harvey Elliott, basically.
Yeah,
he's very good playmaker. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Why is Tom being a Debbie Downer with Liao?
I just said that they've taken
there are question marks over Liao, so Tom's not crazy for the question.
All I said, I said I like him, but the fact they've turned him down for 2 years running, and the fact that he's 27 in 9 days makes me think that
But this is the lowest his price tag will ever be, Tom.
But yes, but I think they're gonna go. I just think they're gonna go younger. I think they're gonna go younger. I think they're gonna shop in the age range of around 24. That's their sweet. That's their sweet spot for recruitment.
Okay, let's forget all this. Let's say they accept a 40 million bid for Liao. Would that be good business?
Potentially, yeah. Potentially,
bro, you would make that back in shirt sales the day after. Like,
sure, but I'll be honest with you, I don't care about if we make the money back. I care about what he can do on the pitch. And
yeah, but for 40 million, Tom, 40 million is the new like 10 million from 5 years ago.
But I don't care if he's 40 million, 60 million. The concerns around Rafael Leao, especially his off the ball work and his attitude. We're now going to get a man. We just sacked a manager to get a manager who is very intense about his off the ball work and his high pressing, and the jobs his wingers have to do in that, jumping from full back to centre back to close the pitch down, be ready to run back at a minute's notice. Does that really describe what Rafael Leao was to you? Because to me, you know what would be perfect for Rafael Leao? Arsenal, because Arsenal can afford to carry someone off the ball because they've got all the other guys in the team who will run the extra length to cover for him, and Leao can afford to stay high and wide on the pitch and be the outlet. I don't think we can afford to do that with the players we've got. I think we need to buy someone who's going to have the threat going forward, but is younger and is more willing to buy into the off the ball work that's required. I think
just say you hate Leao, bro. It's all right, man. You hate him.
Sure, yeah. I just think the window of opportunity for Leao for us has come and gone.
What about
Come on, rather we get Minter. I hear it.
What about another certain Spanish left winger? Is it at Bilbao?
What, Nico Williams?
What, Nico Williams?
I think Nico Williams is a good player, but an inconsistent finisher. So get ready for that.
Do you know what I've seen in Nico Williams?
I'm just trying to mentally prepare some of you guys for some of these suggestions. Like, I just want you mentally ready for what we're asking for here.
I know. I'm only joking.
Akliouche is a playmaker. He's like a wing midfielder. When it comes to Nico Williams, very good player, but, you know, average finisher. Leao attitude problem is a very fair question, and off the ball work is very fair question.
I think the club desperately want to get Barcola and Diomande as their two.
Yeah, I think they're the top targets in both positions. Yeah. I think that Barcola is the top left wing target and Diomande is the top right wing target. I think Conceição is going to be high on the list for right wing because creatively he's annoyingly good. It's just he's shit in front of goal. And Ezal Zuli on the left is just really good value. He got like 25 goals and assists in La Liga this season. And he'll cost about the same as Leao, but he's 3 years younger. And I think he's a better presser than Leao and stuff. So I wouldn't be shocked to see those names linked as well. I think that the most likely outcome is you're going to get one of Leao and Diomande, or one of Barcola and Diomande, sorry, and the cheaper option on the other side. So whether that is just using the names I said, Diomande on the right and Ezal Zuli on the left, or Barcola on the left and Conceição on the right. I'd want them to go and get the top target in both. But I think to get the top target in both, a lot of other things have to go their way in terms of the market. So they need to get Diomande done first because PSG want Diomande. So he needs to get boxed off before PSG can get him. And then they need PSG to get both Alvarez and Akliouche to justify getting rid of Barcola. And then we need to be ahead of Arsenal in the Barcola race, which typically means that we need Arsenal to go get Morgan Rogers to play on the left wing, which should then free us up to go get Barcola on the left-hand side. We need about 3 or 4 different things going our way. Do I see that happening? Probably not.
The thing is, like, I can see Diomande going to... I can see Diomande going to, like, to PSG and that freeing up Barcola. That's the thing that I can
No, because that's why I'm saying you're going to need Akliush and Alvarez to go in terms of the Barcola one, because Diomande's just a natural 1-for-1 kind of guy, isn't he? They're getting a winger who is quick, in behind type thing. It's a natural 1-for-1. They can justify that then. They get Akliush and Alvarez. They covered around about then. Akliush can do the job on the wing. Alvarez up top. It pushes Dembele out to the wing at points as well. But it's then about which other teams are interested. I want us to get both. I think if you get both, you've got an unbelievable attack. I just don't think they're going to get both.
Back now. I'm back. I'm back.
Big up. Let me just do these supers before we get out of here. Big up to Kenneth, who says, Wharton is not who we need. I prefer Joao Gomez, can defend, intercept, can pass short and long, dribbles out, and can run. Atletico looking at him. I like Joao Gomez. I think Joao Gomez is a very good player. And Andre, by the way, both midfielders at Wolves are actually good.
Yeah, Joao Gomez, I think, is the better out of the two, but yeah, they are good players, though.
What about we look at that Rayan from Bournemouth?
I don't think you get him after just 6 months.
Yeah, same.
I think you could get him next summer potentially. I think he'll have I think he's got a 100 million release clause that kicks in next summer.
When did Matt meet Van de Ven?
Yo, God, Matt, AI is crazy, bro.
That's crazy.
Vel, you see you, Vel.
You took a picture with Van de Ven?
God, mad.
That's
Let me show you like the real picture.
By the way, do you know how I can tell it's AI? Vel must have made it so he wasn't smiling. I reckon if he met Van de Ven in person, he'd be cheese and he'd be dead happy.
Bro, if I saw Van de Ven in real life, you think I'm gonna get a picture of Van de Ven? You must be out of your mind, bro.
Yes, you would allow this.
I promise you, I wouldn't. Honestly, I wouldn't. Why? Why would I take a picture of Van de Ven?
Van de Ven would want to have a Van de Ven would want to have a picture with Matt. You know what I'm saying? That's the other way around, ain't it?
You're telling me if I saw Van de Ven on the road, I mean, to
be fair,
look how mad.
To be fair,
yeah, he's a Premier League centre back. Why wouldn't you take a picture?
Van de Ven's entire family are Liverpool fans.
But he has no correlation to Liverpool. Why am I going to take a picture of Van de Ven?
Because his entire family are Liverpool fans. What if someone in the Van de Ven family?
Man said, Matt, stop the arrogance. Yes, how can you not tell me that this is mental? You know.
Yeah.
Do you know there's something?
No, but Matt, you're not factoring something in. How do you not know?
Take pictures with Van de Ven. Go and take pictures.
How do you not know, Matt? How do you not know that one of the Van de Ven family isn't a copy subscriber and regularly watches?
Bro, I don't care. How about that?
Wow.
Bro, how about this? Van de Ven.
So disrespectful.
Nah, bro. Bro, you know what it is? I'm not being disrespectful. I'm saying I don't care.
Big up Van de Ven, my Dutch centre back.
Could never play for my club. Listen, if you don't want to sign the guy that broke Isak's leg, go and sign him.
Oh, you went there, you bass. You went there, you fraud.
Bro, he's trash. He's just fast. You lot are trying to make me crash out. I promised myself today. I've made up. I've come back. I just want to be, chill. I'm trying not to crash out. But this centre back that people rate because he's fast.
Speaking of Dutch players, you know what's the best thing about like Slot leaving? We're not gonna sign Dumfries anymore.
Oh, it's the fuck. Oh, thank fuck.
I know, and it means you're not getting Van de Ven either because no more Dutch players, bro. No.
Van de Ven is still a possibility. Dumfries
no,
is
he's
0%
not, bro.
chance.
No,
if
Dumfries stays at Inter now. Alhamdulillah, we are safe.
Van de Ven's still a possibility. They've liked Van de Ven for a number of years.
Bro. No, he ain't. You know he ain't.
Someone in the chat just said beard guy getting emotional. Beard guy, that's what they're calling Matt. It's been 2 months. He's been on the channel. You forgot his name. Beard guy.
Crazy. Mental, bro.
Beard guy is crazy. Also, there's another guy with a beard, by the way. Hi, beard guy. Not gonna lie, seeing Barcola miss a chance that Havertz buried made me cringe. If we don't get him, it's not the end of the world. Oh no, Barcola missed a chance. Oh wow, how would we live, bro? Bro, can you allow it, Kia?
Do you know what's funny? Do you know what's funny?
You're moving like Tom. Anthony Gordon missing a penalty gave him the.
No, because that's an entirely fucking separate thing. There was only one reason why I wanted to sign Anthony Gordon. It was so he could score against Everton, and he didn't even fucking do that. So yes, this is a separate situation. You know what? Do you want to know what the difference is? Right, this Liverpool team now, this iteration, isn't relying on their wingers to be the main goal scorer. We spent 125 fucking million quid on a striker to be the main goal scorer. What I'm after from my wingers, yes, I want them to be able to score goals. Barcola can score goals,
but you shouldn't rely on it. Yeah.
But I want them to be the threat out wide, the creative threat out wide, the guys. That
also, you want to know how I know you guys are so unfair on Barcola?
I like.
You know who was the shittest winger out of all wingers on the pitch in the final? Doué.
Yeah, he was.
Would any of you not take Doué?
Well,
Doué was
I'll be honest.
No, Doué was worse than even Martinelli. Given his level, he was dog shit in that final.
Baby Neymar, you know.
I'll be honest. Saka
by the way, Barcola
was the worst winger on the pitch.
Saka was the worst winger on the pitch.
No, but here's the thing. You have a certain expectation level. But 1 second. You have a certain expectation level of Doué. Keep that in mind.
I have the expectation level of Saka. He's supposed to be their main guy, and he had 4 passes. Four passes.
If we're talking about wingers in general, Saka was by far the worst.
He was dog turd, wasn't he?
Big up Jenny, man. But yeah, Saka was terrible. Madueke came on.
Barcola's been bad this season in front of goal and stuff. He's outscored Doué in back-to-back seasons.
Has he actually?
I don't think.
Yes.
The thing with Doué, I don't think Doué's known. Is that kind of? He's not a goal-scoring winger.
That's
more
mad.
of a
I don't even know that.
Doué's meant to be more of a creator, ain't he?
I hear you, but Doué only had 3 assists as well. I'm just pointing out. If I tell anyone in chat, would you take Doué? Everyone go like, yes, I take Doué. Oh my god! But if I say I take Barcola, oh, Sam, he misses chances. Barcola's got double-digit goals back.
The thing is, though, what other winger for PSG on that night was creating them opportunities for himself other than Barcola?
The only one that was a threat consistently
remember, Craver got the penalty.
That's it. So Craver and Barcola create their own chances with what their abilities, the abilities they've got. So they create their own opportunities.
With Doué, though, Doué can commit. What it is, Doué, in my opinion, is more technically gifted than Barcola, right? And can draw attention. Like Doué could stand up 2 players. He might not score, but like he'll draw attention. Barcola's more like running behind. Doué's not really gonna run it. He can run behind.
Exactly. But that's why we need a bit more of that as well in the Premier League, you know?
No, I agree.
Do you know how fickle football is there? If Barcola did score that goal and not miss it, everyone's going, get Barcola is the greatest thing in the world. Because he's missed it, and everyone wants to stay away from him. So it's a fickle world.
And by the way, Kai Havertz had it on the left-hand side, and he's left-footed. Barcola's right-footed, so it's a completely different finish. And Barcola hit the post too. Miles Lewis-Kelly cleared it onto the post to a corner, so it's not like he missed. You know, so.
Hassam, just to let you know, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think Doué and Barcola both got the exact amount of goals in all comps, you know.
No, you're wrong. Doué this season, League A, 7 goals.
Oh, in League. I thought you meant in all comp, like all. Yeah, sorry.
But here's the thing: Doué starts a lot of the times as well, so that's why I'm saying Barcola's impressive. This season, League A, 7 goals. Last season, 6. Yeah, Bradley Barcola. This season, 11 goals. Last season, 14.
Hear me out. Counter argument. Barcola's played more minutes than Doué in League A this season. But Barcola's played 1,750 minutes and Doué's played 1,356 minutes. And like you said, Doué's got 7 goals and 6 assists in League A, and Barcola has 11 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah. So the reason why I pointed that out is the following. If
they
you
both
ask
got the same GA, by the way.
No, but the point is not GA. The point is, if I ask the chat right now, would you take Doué? Everyone go like, of course I take Doué. Blah, blah. But if you say you take Barcola, Barcola's inconsistent. Yeah, but Doué is not this incredible goal scorer.
No. I know. All I'm saying is that I think No, Barcola's definitely like a very, very good player. I think you're right. Though. There is this notion that like Doué is like so many levels above. I understand that. I do understand that. I do understand that.
In the 24-25 season, Barcola had 21 goals and 21 assists.
In all competitions, yeah.
That's 42 GA in like
because he was there, wasn't he like their main guy before? Came in?
As when Krav came in, that's when Barcola.
That's when it changed a lot for him. Yeah.
So Barcola. So if you look at when Barcola plays, and he's meant to be one of the guys, he's meant. You build a team around him. He looks very, very, very good. So if you're getting Barcola for Liverpool in that circumstance, he's going to be Liverpool's main left winger. He's going to be very, very good. When he becomes a bit part player, that's when Barcola don't stand out as much. But when he's told he's the main guy, he looks like he's a fantastic footballer. So,
but one thing I didn't realize, Doué's even younger than him. I didn't realize. So Doué's only 20.
Yeah, Doué's a baby. That's why everyone likes.
He's going to be 21 in. Oh right, he's going to be 21 in 2 days, and Barcola's going to be.
He's 23 to be fair, so he's young anyway.
Yeah, 23. Bro, it's so mad. Transfer Market have Barcola at 70 million euros and Doué at 120.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is kind of mad. That's a big disparity when you consider Barcola's experience as well. Though. That is a bit mad. Doué's sick.
Barcola would be far cheaper in Diomande this summer. Far cheaper.
Yeah.
I reckon you pick Barcola up for at 65 million.
The thing is, when we're being quoted things like 120 million euros for Diomande, that's why I think to myself, Liverpool, I beg you speak to Jurgen one more time. There's no way we should be paying that. Even if it's like, would you not pay 100 million euros? 85 million?
No, I wouldn't for Diomande. He ain't worth 100.
So what's the limit you would pay for Diomande?
I would pay
in
that for
pounds,
Diomande.
70.
Yes.
Anthony Gordon's just went for that. Diomande is going to cost more than that.
Well, 70 million pounds is about.
The thing with Diomande, you've got to understand.
No. He went for 70 million euros, Tom, not pounds.
No, because the total fee is 70 million pounds. There's add-ons that he's going to hit. The thing with Diomande is this is the ultimate seller's market on the right-hand side.
Right.
The right wing situation isn't great. Diomande, not only are you buying with Diomande the player that he is now, which was 20 goal contributions in Bundesliga or close to 20 goal contributions.
You're such a gaslighting fraud because I literally Googled it and it says 70 million euros. So we're doing add-ons before Gordon does anything. Yeah? Bum. 70 million euros. And this guy said it so confidently as well.
Mm-hmm.
You little bum. I just Googled it. Barcelona signed Anthony Gordon from Newcastle and deal worth an initial 70 million euros.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah. So how much is 70 million pounds in euros? 90 million almost. 80 something million euros. So have some shame. Fraud. Richard Rios would be the perfect Iraola central midfielder.
Richard Rios is a good player.
I'll be honest.
But yeah, Yan Diomande, what was you saying, Tom, about
this? So, Igor, I've literally just picked it up from another source. Anthony Gordon, England forward, complete stunning £69.3 million transfer to join Barcelona. So
that's including add-ons.
I'm going by what these are saying.
He just wore the shirt. He didn't activate any of the add-ons, bro.
I'm just going by what the articles
Newcastle
are saying.
fans with Isak.
You're doing the Nunes thing.
I'm just going by what the articles are telling me. On Diomande though, you're buying probably one of the best statistical right wingers from this season in a market which isn't saturated.
21 goal contributions in Bundesliga. Yeah.
And then not only that, you're also effectively buying his potential. The reason why Doué is going to cost more than Barcola is because Doué's got more potential. The problem that you've got buying Diomande is his price. The price that Leipzig are asking for isn't just about the player that he is now; it's about the potential of the player he can be. That's why they want to keep him. So you're going to have to pay above the odds to get Diomande because of the potential that he's got, alongside the fact that the market isn't saturated. So I'm going to sit there and say that yes, I'd pay a bit more for Yan Diomande than I would for Barcola because I've got less options.
I don't disagree with you, Tom, but the difference shouldn't be, like you heard Matt's initial question, the difference shouldn't be £65 million to £100 million. That's too much.
I think the reality is you get Barcola for 75 and you get Diomande for around 80. Maybe Barcola for 70, 75 and Diomande for 80, 85 to 90, I reckon.
In my opinion, in general, we're entering a phase where icons like Salah and Hakimi are going thin on the ground. Is the overall quality of footy dipping? I don't think so. I think we have exciting young players that are gonna... Bro, listen, people always say this, but people come out and carry the mantra of football. I'll give an example, yeah? In 2015, if I come to you and I go like, Messi and Ronaldo are getting older. Who's gonna take over in the world of football? Who's gonna take over in the Premier League? Blah, blah, blah. No one would have said Salah. No one would have said Kevin De Bruyne. No one would have mentioned these players. But guess what? They come out to know where they perform. At the end of the day, football will be football. We're going to carry on. I don't think there's this overall quality problem. Because guess what? To this time, 2 summers ago, if I told anyone about Doué, if I told anyone about Barcola, if I told anyone about Ousmane Dembele or any of these PSG forwards, people would laugh. So there you have it.
Do you know what makes me laugh, Flo? Do you know what makes me laugh? Watching a lot of European football this season, because how bad the English league was. Watching as much as I have done, watching national football, watching Champions League, all that combined, makes me appreciate a winger like Mo Salah more, because we get told that he's just a stat merchant, he's just a goal merchant. He's a better winger than most wingers that are playing professional football today, apart from Lamine Yamal. I just look at these wingers that are apparently great and they're worth 90, 100 million quid. And I'm like, I've had Mo Salah at my football club for like 8 years. And I'm like, they're nowhere near his level. Like nowhere near. So I think it's going to make us appreciate players like Mohamed Salah for years to come. Now he's gone. Because the caliber of talent out there is nowhere near the level.
Time will be so kind on Mohamed Salah.
Tom, I want to suplex you through a table so badly. I agree with that. This is legit something I really want to do. I wish. I'd do anything. To have that experience.
Just quickly as well, Hassan.
Or Batista bomb him through a table. Oh, that would be incredible, bro. Yeah.
What if I
Steel
told you
table as well, not wood.
In the 1920 season,
with pins on it,
there was an RB Leipzig player who scored 28 goals in 34 appearances.
Timo Werner.
Do you get scared when I say I'm just saying?
I'm laughing at...
This is a very fair thing. Bundesliga forwards, very difficult to translate. You're correct.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Matt,
it's a French League forwards is
actually way less of a gamble. French League forward.
Because they play very similar to us. 2 years ago, how many goals did Jamie Gittins get? And everyone was raving about him.
He got 6 goals.
Kittens, Jamie. Kittens. Yeah,
but everyone was raving about him, weren't they? Everyone's raving about him in Germany.
He's Chelsea. Oh, you missed out on getting Kittens. Nah, bro.
Good over here, man.
Liverpool are doing a thing this summer, by the way, where they're ranking the 100 greatest players in the football club's history. You know, they've put as 199th. They've said
99.
No, so they've released 2 so far. The 100th best player and the 99th best player. Apparently, Liverpool's 100th greatest player in the club's history is Alexis McAllister.
Oh, and he should be way higher than 100. Fucking.
And the 99th greatest player in the club's history is Dominic Szoboszlai.
Oh, that's crazy. Big up Sam and the panel. Day number 2 of No Slot. We're gonna have to do our own list someday.
They're going mad. Salah's gonna be like 55.
No, but have you not considered the possibility then that Gravenberch is ranked higher than the 2 of them? Because he's the only one that hasn't been mentioned so far.
I doubt he's in it.
Good 6 months.
He's definitely there, bro.
Good 6 months. This is Matt now. Good 6 months gets you in the Liverpool top 100 list.
I think
he was elite for 6 months. Big up, man.
Mo's got to be top 10.
You have one good season, lose all your athleticism. You struggle to play with number 10, and we hear it.
The sub story. Honestly, I'm about to cry.
Mister, I'm press resistant. I should be crashing the box.
Is that true about Kevin Keegan? Oh, that's sad, man.
Oh shit,
Kevin Keegan.
Yeah, stage 4 cancer, apparently.
You joking?
Lakers, if you've lied, I'm gonna ban you.
No,
Don't
Lakers
do
No,
that.
don't
you
lie.
don't lie, man.
Lakers don't
No,
lie.
it's
Lakers
legit.
don't lie.
No.
Check
It's
it, check
legit.
it, please.
Yeah,
It's
Lakers
legit.
is.
Oh,
If
shit.
Lakers said it, it's real. Yeah.
Yeah. Bro.
This is horrible news. Wish him speedy recovery, man. Inshallah, he is healthy.
Mm.
That's
Stage
crazy.
4 is not great though. You know what I'm saying?
We don't watch Farmers League goals he scored. We just watch the Champions League misses. Okay, so would you take Doué then, Akia? I'm gonna ask you a simple question. Would you take Doué? Would you take
I think everyone
Akliouche?
would ever not do it at Liverpool, surely.
You fraud. I redirect you to Lewis. You gift him 20 memberships and you send me $1. Josh? Don't make me tell 1,200 people what you did in Japan, huh? Bum. Bum.
So,
He goes
to
to
be
Lewis,
fair-
gift 20 members. He comes here, sends me $1.
To be
What
fair,
a
it's not
loser.
even $1. It's 99 cents.
Exactly.
And then Google take 40% of that.
Exactly. Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh Byrne. Thank you.
So that's basically 20 cents he just gave you.
Oh, guess what?
Let's bear in mind as well.
Yeah.
2 days ago, Josh Byrne gave the biggest super chat in this channel's history when
Oh,
Slot
did
got
he?
sacked.
Who?
And now Hassan was sitting here going, "Oh, why aren't you even sending me a full
Sorry,
dollar?"
Sam. Who gave you the big? Who? Sorry.
Josh,
That
Josh, big up
gave,
Josh. He
that
sent
Josh
Josh who?
$500. Yes, big up to him.
Big up, man. Big up.
I know that's nothing compared to Kopish when Rack drops the £1,000 and stuff, but big up to you, Josh. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, brother. Matt was gonna try
Not
it with me. You can't try
£1,000,
it.
bro.
You can't try it. You can't try it with me.
Bro, it's not no, but I just gotta be factually.
Why are
correct.
you
It's not
shy?
£1,000.
Why are you getting shy? Why are you blushing, Matt? Why are you blushing,
I'm
bro?
not-
Big up to
I'm
us.
not blushing.
Big up to us both. Let's
I'm
big up
straight-
to the
yeah, I'm just saying.
communities.
Big up Rack, but it's not £1,000 though. Not £1,000. It's got to be real, innit? Like, I see. What
Big
you're
up to you. Big up to
It's 999.99.
But if we're gonna speak about money, James Pierce has just said Liverpool would have to pay £7 million in compensation for ending Arne Slot's contract early, literally just now.
best 7 million we've ever spent.
Just sell the coffee shop and that pays it, don't it? Like, what we do.
No, there's gonna be no coffee shop. That coffee shop is gone now that Salah's gone.
Burn it down.
Respect
man.
the
Burn it
Premier
down.
League new top dog striker Jokeras. Allow it, bro. Allow it.
Oh no.
Same man bigging up Barcola Farmers League. GA say Diaz is playing in easy league. Yeah, Diaz is playing in Bundesliga. Bundesliga is easier than French. By the way, Barcola starting left wing for Bayern Munich would also get a shitload of GA. What do you think, bro?
Yeah,
Bro,
Barcola-
you guys think Salah is washed? If I send Salah to Bayern Munich, play right wing, he would get 50 GA in that league. What are we doing here? What are we actually doing? Bro, I remember I was doing a watch along once and people were like, oh, look, Hertha Berlin are 2-0 up against Bayern. 10 minutes later, they're like, the score is 5-2. Allow it, bro. Please allow it.
Yeah, for
Kara's going to be pissed when Mo's ahead of him, is what Sarim is saying. Big up to you, Sarim, man. Thank you so much for the super
Oh,
chat.
Salah's,
Big up to
Salah's
Arne.
top 10. Oh, big up James Milner, who's retired from professional football as well.
Yes,
yeah, he
big
has
up
as well. Big up James.
Big up to
Milner,
Millie.
he has.
Big up Millie.
Amazing.
Anyway, look, all the links are in the description. I appreciate you all. I love you all. Thank you guys so much for joining us on yet another stream. Remember, Ahwa is tonight at 11 p.m. UK time, where Paz is going to get cooked on Ahwa. You get me? So let's go. All the links are in the description to everyone who's on the panel today. Appreciate you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining us. And see you guys later tonight at 11 p.m. UK time.
Champions of Europe, you can't say that.
Peace. Love.